d'amore e quando tu tornerai nel mio cuore e parlerai solo d'amore, il mio cuore ti dirà e ho voglia di amare solo te, il mio cuore per sempre a te.
Hello there. You are watching with Hamid and Mary. Today we're going to take you to the beautiful city of Venice, Italy. It's not hard to fall in love with Venice. It's one of the most spectacular cities on the planet. A place filled with colorful architecture, pretty waterways and a glittering lagoon. Where else in the world would you reach historic palazzos, churches and museums by boat, traveling along an endless maze of picturesque canals? Today, the city and its islands are a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and one of the most popular destinations to visit in Europe. Venice is compact and walkable. There are 400 bridges that will connect you to everywhere you go. You will discover small alleys and bridges that make the city romantic and interesting.
Ready? Hello? How many people you are?
Start your trip by experiencing the Gondola Ride. The gondolas plying the busy Grand Canal and smaller waterways of Venice are one of the most iconic images in the world. They are the symbol of history, tradition, and romance in the city on the lagoon, and a gondola ride in Venice ranks among one of the most dreamed about experiences for travelers.
I go first, so. Thank
Slowly,
you.
watch your step. Give me the hand, please. Step here. Good. Sit down, please.
Sit down, baby. Oh.
Let's take turn.
It is impossible, guy. You sit down right. You let it left for balance.
Yes, sure, why not? You're welcome.
Sorry, guy.
Yep.
Right.
While undeniably romantic and a one-of-a-kind experience, gondola rides also can be expensive, and sometimes they are a letdown for visitors. How much does a gondola ride cost? Rates are €80 for a daytime ride and €100 for rides after 7 p.m. Rides last 40 minutes to 1 hour. Is a gondola ride for you? Gondolas allow you to see Venice from a completely different perspective and better appreciate how the city functions with canals instead of streets. They are undeniably overpriced, and possibly overrated. If you feel like you'll regret not taking a gondola ride in Venice, then our advice is to not miss out on what may be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. What is a Venetian gondola? While gondolas were once regularly used by Venetians, especially of the upper classes, today vaporetti have become the main form of water transportation in Venice. A few hundred years ago there were about 10,000 gondolas plying the canals and lagoon, but today, there are only about 400. A gondola is a flat-bottomed, wooden boat. It is black by law. It's 11 meters long, weighs 600 kilograms and is hand-built in special workshops called scary, of which there are still a few today. Gondoliers own and maintain their own boats, and the crafts and careers are often passed down from father to son for generations. Did you know it takes a lot of work to become a gondolier? Only 3 or 4 new gondolier licenses are granted each year. The art of manning a gondola is a historic Venetian tradition, previously passed down from father to son, and now regulated by a strict training protocol. Applicants must have amassed over 400 hours of training, undertake an apprenticeship with a master gondolier, and pass an exam.
D'amore, e quando tu tornerai nel mio cuore e parlerai solo d'amore, il mio cuore ti dirà e ho voglia di amare solo te, e il mio cuore per sempre a te darò. E sarà la vita del cuore. E forse domani vedrai che sarà la voglia di stare qua. Vorrei già capire perché e l'amore di
We were going there in the narrow.
Most gondoliers will speak some English and maybe a little German or French. They're required to wear black pants, a striped shirt, and closed dark shoes. They usually have a banded straw hat but don't always wear it. The image of a singing gondolier is more a product of Hollywood movies than reality. Singing is not a requirement for a gondolier, and although some may sing, it's best not to expect it. Some gondoliers may offer some sightseeing narration during the ride, but again, don't expect this either.
Now this is the opera house. Very nice. Look at Marco Polo. Ever been to Asia, China? 12th century.
Yeah.
In our gondola ride we have passed by the house of Marco Polo, famous traveler, trader and explorer, one of the first Westerners to travel the Silk Road to China. While a prisoner in Genoa, he dictated in the tale of his travels known as The Travels of Marco Polo. Marco Polo and his family were characteristic of the Venetian merchants that moved around the Mediterranean and Islamic worlds in the Middle Ages, but he was one of only a few who wrote about his journey east.
Avanti, Gioco! Guardate qua sulla sinistra. Vieni, mi fermo.
also passed by the house of Giacomo Casanova. He is remembered today as a womanizer, but was much more than that. Born in a family of theatre actors in 1725, he came through as highly intellectual and very sharp from his very childhood, having become in his time an erudite scholar, a diplomat and spy, and a metropolitan avant la lettre, who frequented the high society and seduced women when opportunities presented themselves. His method was as simple as it was effective. He would study a woman, going along with her moods and finding out what was missing in her life, then providing it. He was the ideal lover. Gondolas do not have awnings or sun umbrellas, so on a hot summer day, you'll be riding under the full sun. While it costs more, at sunset or after dark, a gondola ride is off the charts romantic and beautiful. The cool temperatures and soft light of early mornings are also prime riding time. There are 400 plus bridges in Italy. Bridges were arched so that the ever-growing number of boats to easily pass underneath them and easily access every corner of the city. One of their famous bridges is Ponte di Rialto Bridge. It is the oldest of the 4 bridges spanning the Grand Canal in Venice. Today, it is a busy urban village with a daily vegetable and fish market, several historic sites, plus a wide variety of shopping and dining options. Did you know that in Ponte di Rialto they've also shoot some of the scenes in the movie The Next Spiderman, Far From Home? The water elemental erupts out of the Venetian canal right next to the pretty Rialto Bridge. This is where most of the action takes place as Peter Parker as Spider-Man and Quentin Beck aka Mysterio tackle the water beast. Thank you for joining us. See you on the next episode of Venice.